Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Far Cry 5 on the GeForce GTX 1050 2GB. For performance monitoring, this time I won't be using cam due to Easy Anti-Cheat, which is the anti-cheat software this game uses, so in the meantime I'll be using MSI Afterburner. So Far Cry 5, I'll be doing 1080p, 900p, 720p and 1440p. To skip none of those sections of the video, check the description below. So better late than never. This took a while to be made, sorry guys. I'll be testing the G4560 here, then the i3-8100, because this game is very CPU bound as well as GPU bound, so we can have a good idea on how it performs. G4560 on 1080p using the maximum settings to see what frame rate we get. Then I lower the resolution to 720p and I show you almost the maximum settings. I just lower shadows, geometry and vegetation to high instead of ultra, so we can hit 60 frames per second or as close to that as possible. But you'll notice that the G4560 will be at 100% the big majority of the time, and that will mean that the GTX 1050 will be below 90% GPU usage at 720p. That means that the CPU is limiting the GPU. Then I switch to the i3-8100 and I test once again 1080p Ultra, then I lower the settings to the minimum, trying to stay as close as possible to 60 frames per second. You'll be between around 48 to 65, something like that, depending on what's going on screen. Then I do the same on 900p and 720p, I show you the maximum settings, then I lower the settings, trying to stay over 50 frames per second, again, as close as possible to 60. And finally at 1440p, I use some tweaked settings there. I lower shadows to the minimum, geometry and vegetation to normal, environment on high, water on normal, terrain on high, volumetric fog on low, no anti-aliasing, and that was enough to be pretty much over 30 frames per second the majority of the time. But unfortunately this game suffers from some stuttering here and there, especially when you're driving. That seems to be related to the hard drive, since the game is streaming assets from the hard drive. That usually causes those stutters, but here the other problem is the VRAM. We only have 2 GB and the game is trying to use more, and we don't have more than 2 gigs available, so it takes it from the system RAM. Not really a huge problem because we're not getting major stuttering, mostly when moving around very fast or when there are a lot of explosions around you. So a thing that you can do to remedy this is to lower texture filtering to the minimum. For some reason that impacts the VRAM according to the game's VRAM bar, so that should help you on 1440p and 1080p. On the other two resolutions it doesn't make a huge difference, but yeah, mostly the biggest performance hits are moving around very fast on a car, a lot of explosions or a lot of enemies very close to you. So yeah, when you're in a big fight or something like that, and just running around between a lot of trees, a lot of grass, all that kind of stuff, just in general a lot of vegetation is usually a big hit to the GPU most of all. But so far the options that gave me the best performance after lowering them were shadows, geometry and vegetation. Those two options are the biggest impacts I had in performance if I had to tweak the game. Then volumetric fog, and then the other ones I didn't mention. Just by lowering those in groups is usually a good FPS improvement, but overall it's a very playable game. You need at least a quad-core CPU to be at somewhat stable 60 frames per second. It can drop every now and then, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you keep enjoying the video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
I just got word that the trailer park has been surrounded by cultists. They think we've kidnapped the defector and they're gonna do everything in their power to save him. Our people are cornered. You gotta act fast. I got eyes on it. Down there! Target sight, man! I'm gonna take these motherfuckers. I have eyes on the target. Let him take him! Put him armed!
to see you, girl.
If he says he wants to leave Eden...
I'm seeing the target. Fuck! Peggy's at the back! Hit the deck! I'm going over to help! You think you're gonna survive this? You don't have a chance, man! They're outside that building!
Peggy's are flooding this place.
We got one of ours! Break this damn door down! Holy shit! I got a visual! Come on, people! Let's... Sinners are... We gotta get out of here! Can't let him take him! He's one of ours! They need help fast! My name's Mr. Death from above!
It'll take more than that to kill me. How's it going, bud?
If he says he wants to leave Eden's Gate, then we gotta try and help him.
Peggy's are trying to take him back. We gotta stop them.
I'm seeing the target! At the back! You won't last 30 seconds, buddy! Start praying, sinner! I'm seeing it! You can't get God! Welcome to Straight City! Population, rat-a-tat-tat!
They think we've kidnapped the defector, and they're gonna do everything in their power to save him. Our people are cornered. You gotta act fast.
Let's watch them out! They're eating cake! Sinners are trying to torture our brother! For the Father! It's too dangerous! Can't let him take him! One of ours! Nothing's gonna save you now! It's too dangerous! Clear the area!
How's it going, girl?
Hey, dude.
Thanks to you, I can drink at the Spread Eagle again.
What's up, guy?
Praise the Father.
Peggy's are trying to take him back. We gotta stop them.
I'm seeing it! Fuck! Peggy's at the back! One order, shut up! Target a fucking choir. Feel the holy Christmas fire! I'm right there with you!
park has been surrounded by cultists. They think we've kidnapped the defector and they're gonna do everything in their power to save him. Our people are cornered. You gotta act fast.
Target a fucking choir.
Hit the thing!
Got it.
Okay, buddy boy, coming to find you.
I'm seeing the target. It's a beautiful day for strafing.
Glad to see you today, sir.
If he says he wants to leave Eden's Gate, then we gotta try and help him.
Peggies are trying to take him back. We gotta stop him.
The defector's in trouble!
The road! They're there!
Heads up! Peggies are trying to take him back.
They think we've kidnapped the defector and they're gonna do everything in their power to save him. Our people are cornered. You gotta act fast.
I'll hit that. I got eyes on it. Watch these Peggies stand. I have eyes on the target. I'm seeing the target. Got it.
Another day at the office, right, pal?
How's it going, girl?
If he says he wants to leave Eden's Gate, then we gotta try and help him.
Peggies are trying to take him back. We gotta stop him. Good to see you. Come on.
Fuck! Peggies at the back!
Peggies are flooding this place. We gotta get this guy out.
kidnapped the defector, and they're gonna do everything in their power to save him. Our people are cornered. You gotta act fast.
You got it. I have eyes on the target. I'm gonna scrape these motherfuckers. Boston, tell me what to do. Retreat! Hey, that fire's getting worse!
If he says he wants to leave Eden's Gate, then we gotta try and help him.
Pagans are trying to take him back. We gotta stop him.
It's a beautiful day for scraping.
We gotta protect this guy.
Fuck! Peggy's at the back! I got a visual. I'm seeing the target.
Hit the deck!
I'm seeing it.
Nobody gonna help him.
From the back!
Look out, deputy. I just got word that the trailer park has been surrounded by cultists. They think we've kidnapped the defector, and they're gonna do everything in their power to save him. Our people are cornered. You gotta act fast.
Target up fucking wire.
He's a devoted! We have to save him!
Pull back now!
Hey there, Macy.
If he says he wants to leave Eden's Gate, then we gotta try and help him.
Hey, guy. Still standing, I see. Pagans are trying to take him back. We gotta stop him.
I got a visual. Fuck! Peggy's back! Fall back! Get her off